Triggering the Spotify algorithm for a release radar boost can feel like cracking a secret code. So I decided to tackle this head on using Damian Keyes' 23-day plan, which you can find in the video linked in the description, with the aim of hitting 2,503 Spotify streams, 993 listeners, and 375 saves for my song, Simple Things. The results were quite a ride, so let's dive into the strategy, its outcomes, and the insights we can glean from starting with the lead up or what happens after you finish your single. 5 weeks out. At 5 weeks out, we should be looking at the marketing aspects of the release. In other words, who's your target audience? What's their avatar? Think in terms of your ideal listener so you know who the song speaks to. For example, my song Simple Things is sure to resonate with audiences who appreciate a blend of pop, rock, and country. It's perfect for modern country and Americana playlists and for folks who like that pop country urban cowboy blend. This is the time to commission your artwork. In my case, I prefer a DIY approach, so I created the artwork, shot the music video, and edited it myself. Damian recommends at 3 weeks out to upload your single to Spotify and the other streaming platforms. Since mine was complete and I had the finished artwork, I uploaded the master track about 4 weeks out from release. I've got a few videos comparing different music distributors to complete this task, but if you use Symphonic, you don't have to have all your assets ready at once to begin building your next release. You can simply upload the track, save your progress, and return later once you have your artwork and metadata all figured out. At 4 weeks out, it's time to shoot the official photos for your new release. I leveraged my own video and photography company to shoot and edit the photos, saving on costs and ensuring a personal touch. If you don't have your own equipment, this can be a photo shoot with your favorite photographer. Week 4 is also the time to begin consolidating your list of bloggers, playlist curators, influencers, podcast hosts, or whatever you plan on pitching to and promote your single. I have a database I maintain in my musician's roadmap Notion template that I have curated since the time I began releasing original music 2 years ago. So if you want to steal my workflow, I have this tool linked below for you to grab. At 3 weeks out is when Damian recommends crafting the pitch for your new single. However, the sooner you can do this, the better. Hence why I completed this task about a month out. I know AI tools are all the craze right now, so I too enlisted the help of the ChatGPT large language model to massage my pitch and help formulate multiple versions of my angle to pitch to playlist curators. This saved me a ton of time, and then I just massaged it thereafter. Here's what I came up with. Indie CCM folk pop artist Geryah Dingle and top 20 Australian country music charting Nashville producer Steve Kinney have come together again to create a powerful new single, Simple Things. Written when Geryah was just 16, this nostalgic song reflects childhood memories and cherishes everyday moments. Recorded remotely between Honolulu and Nashville, this song will resonate with audiences who appreciate a blend of pop, rock, and country. Perfect for modern country and Americana playlists. Day 1. Setting up the party. Damian often refers to this stage as setting up the party. What it boils down to is updating your hero picture, bio, and links. He also recommends pinning your best content to the top of your page, so I pinned my starting over lyric video on my YouTube channel for new viewers to see, since I figured it was the song most like the sound of my new release, Simple Things. I also pinned my song Walking Alone for my returning YouTube subscribers because it's one of my most successful songs on the platform and really is a bop. Day 2. Optimizing Linktree in Spotify. This is when Damian recommends setting up your Linktree for the new release. There are multiple schools of thought on which platforms to place here. If you follow the Andrew Southworth approach, particularly for ads, I recommend just linking to your Spotify and maybe Apple Music. Once the song is released, feel free to load all the options there. But what we don't want is analysis paralysis and your audience just clicks away due to the Linktree landing page service. But note, DistroKid also has a hyper follow link, which is free, one you can use anytime to upload music to the platform. Hyped It is nice because they implement what's called UTM tracking. That's just fancy IT speak for a way to see how many people are visiting a website and where they're coming from. Imagine you're at a big party and you want to know how many people are playing spades and how many people are playing poker. You can do this by putting a sticker on each person as they play spades or Texas Hold'em. In the same way, UTM tracking puts a special code called a sticker on a link that people click on. When someone clicks on the link, the code helps you see where they came from. Just like the stickers help you identify which game people are playing. The information helps artists understand how people are finding their website and can help them make their website even better for everyone. Day 3 is budgets. I've set a budget of $613 for this release. Let's break down how I allocated these funds. Submit Hub premium credits $23, Facebook ads $520, YouTube ads $70 or $10 a day for a week. So the cost of the 29 credits used was $23.20. I didn't do a playlist push campaign and my Facebook ads came out to about $519. So with YouTube ads at $70 and my playlist promotion and PR campaigns at $0, that added up to be my complete budget. Day 4 is about making content. To avoid rushing, I started the content creation process early. This allowed me to thoughtfully plan out promotional posts for the song. If you follow Jesse Cannon's recommends Musformation YouTube channel, you may take the polarizing opinion that promoting your song prior to its release is a waste of time, especially for independent artists. There is a lot to be said for this hot take, and hooray for taking a stance on the matter. But it really doesn't cost me anything but my time since I edit my own videos, so I stuck with Damian Keyes' 23-day plan and thought of at least 20 short-form content ideas to release over the next couple weeks. Day 5 is about teasing the song. On day 5, I released a YouTube short titled What You Think to tease the song. I got this idea from Ashley Cook, and I thought it was a pretty engaging way to garner a few listens and to draw attention to the new release. I got about 500 views and 29 likes and jump-started my promotion campaign for the single. Day 6, playlist. For playlist pitching, I decided to try my hand at Submit Hub. However, I adopted a technique from Andrew Southworth, since he is an actual curator on the platform, and took the time to sift through all the curators to find the best matches for my song. I originally utilized 36 premium credits, 7 refunded without action for 18 curators. I received acceptance from 4 Submit Hub playlist curators or podcasters. Roadie Music, really good blogger, who shared my song as a blog post and in the Spotify playlist called Folk and Country Road in slot 46 of 63. The playlist has 661 followers, with the bulk of the traffic coming from the US, Brazil, and the UK. I got approval from the Sound Lab, a UK-based radio station where my song was shared as part of a radio show and on a rotation in their database. I was given the green light by another UK-based internet radio station on Mixcloud called UK Independent episode 283 and in their Spotify playlist. Over 24 hours of music with almost 400 songs, so it was rough to gain any traction on that one. I was also added in slot 21 to a US-based playlist called Modern Americana and Country, the Travelers playlist, which has 14,044 followers and 71 tracks. Average time in the playlist is 3 weeks, where the bulk of the traffic is coming from the US and Australia, which are 2 of the biggest locations for that folk pop vibe that I was going for, borderline country. Day 7, setting up ads. Day 7 is when Damian recommends prepping your ads. If you have never done this before, the best way to learn is to watch a ton of YouTube videos. I recommend Andrew Southworth since his entire channel revolves around Facebook ads for musicians and funneling your audience to Spotify. If his free content is not enough, I would recommend his paid course, Spotify Growth Machine. I've taken it and I can attest to its easy to follow direction. He breaks ad creation down step by step, and there's no way you won't catch on. So, using Facebook, I pushed the song for my initial 28 days post-release. I garnered several streams for my Facebook conversion campaign. I also promoted my lyric video using YouTube Facebook ads, and I'll post the results here. Day 8 is about the press release. Day 8 is when Damian recommends writing a press release that sums up the important information about your song, keeping it at 500 words or less. I created an initial draft and enlisted the help of ChatGPT to iterate until I was satisfied with the outcome. For those of you familiar with machine learning and AI, prompt design is critical when querying tools ChatGPT in the most effective manner to get the desired output or outcome. Sometimes you have to redefine what you're asking to get the optimal output, but I did the work so you don't have to, so feel free to download the string of ChatGPT prompts I use by clicking the link in the description below. But if you want to dive deeper into this topic, I'll have a separate YouTube video where I walk you through the entire process of using AI to generate your artist press release and Spotify for Artists editorial playlist pitch. Day 9 is research time. On day 9, it's time to brainstorm and identify the best fitting playlist for your song. Thinking not just about the genre, but even special interests or certain vibes. Is your song easy listening, great for the summer, or nice studying, or drive music? As I did my research in Submit Hub and beyond, I categorized all my entries in my self-made media contact database I manage inside Notion. Day 10 is about the artwork. This is when you're supposed to tease the artwork for your new single. I posted it in my YouTube community tab to let my audience know what was coming. Day 11, radio stations. On day 11, while radio stations can be a viable option for some artists, I chose to focus my efforts on Spotify playlists, influencers, bloggers, and music podcasts. Still, I was accepted by some indie internet-based radio station, namely UK Independent episode 283. Day 12 is blog day. This is the day when Damian recommends you reach out to blogs for coverage. I don't know when is the last time you discovered new music on a blog and then went over to your DSP to check it out, but I don't really think that's the purpose of this effort. Outside of writing articles about yourself, which I believe every artist should do, getting featured in quality blogs is more along the lines of something that can happen inside a PR campaign. You want your name showing up in certain circles. Surely you can get a blog feature on some website nobody's ever heard of for a few Submit Hub credits, but I would be more selective than than that when you can. Similar to my thoughts on radio stations, I would gear more towards pitching to long-form podcast hosts whose audiences are emotionally invested in their content and actively seek their recommendations for what's trending. Day 13, the merch drop. Unfortunately, I did not make the dedicated merch drop happen for this single, but this is when Damian recommends you drop some tasty fits for your fans. Day 14, content creation. This is when Damian recommends you batch create the remainder of the content for the release. I didn't get it all done, but by day 23 of the plan, I published 14 videos dedicated to the single, and to date, I've released 17 total videos dedicated to the single. Day 15, live performance. On day 15, Damian recommends releasing a live performance of the song. I didn't include this event in my release schedule, but definitely want to incorporate one for future releases as a way to connect with my audience. For this one, I feel the more you can schedule in advance, the more likely you are to stick with it, as it's a lot of content to produce. Just for a tip, I personally would leverage a combination of Ecamm Live as my live streaming software, UAD console for my mixer, and Studio One to live stream simultaneously to YouTube and Facebook. Day 16, collecting the assets. On day 16, it's time to compile your assets for publication. I use a consistent file structure for all my releases to streamline this process. Moreover, once I develop my marketing strategy, I go ahead and upload and schedule my posts in advance so my release is on autopilot as long as possible, and I can focus on responding to comments and remaining engaged. I find that for this release and others, that's the best way for me to remain consistent. Day 17, release day. Day 17 is release day. This is the day where you should be setting your alarm and making sure you're getting up and engaging with your fans and your audience for your release. Day 18, playlist competition. On day 18, consider leveraging a playlist competition to engage your true fans. By this point in the release, I was losing steam, but think it's a good idea to come up with more creative ways to keep your fans engaged while building a streaming base for the future by landing in a user-owned playlist. Day 19, going live. Day 19 is time to go live and connect with your audience. If you want to make sure this happens, I recommend committing yourself to the event by scheduling your time on a specific platform, allowing your fans to be notified in advance of just you showing up. I think this is a great engagement tool, but I only ended up posting a pre-recorded Instagram story instead this time around. Day 20 is for promoting your merch. On day 20, if you have merch, it's time to promote your new drop as part of your content marketing strategy. Day 21, collab day. On day 21, consider reaching out for collaborations. While I didn't do this within the 23 release plan window, it's a great way to double or even triple your reach by leveraging the overlap in multiple fandoms. On day 22, Damian recommends creating another 20 pieces of micro content. This strategy really boosted the number of views to my YouTube channel via shorts. Just due to scheduling and time commitments, I put this off until my first available weekend, but your mileage may vary. The main point here is that you continue to push the song for at least another month. Day 23 is the first week analysis and thank yous. This is when you begin to analyze the first week of your release and thank yous for your fans for their support. One of the first things I went back and reviewed were my Facebook ads. I optimized them for maximum conversions for my Hyped It landing page that links to my Spotify. In this particular campaign, I had the most success at the cheapest cost per result, i.e. getting a listener to stream my song on Spotify. When I narrowed my placements to Instagram, i.e. the Instagram feed, Instagram Explorer, Instagram Stories, and Instagram Reels. So what worked? The YouTube Shorts I released were effective in attracting attention. However, for lesser known artists like myself, it would be more beneficial to release the short form content post-release. This way, the attention they generate can be directly channeled into streams on Spotify. What didn't work? Well, around day 18, I noticed a drop in momentum due to a lack of sufficient short form content to release every day until the end of the 23-day plan. This underscores the importance of having enough content and maintaining consistency in your promotional activities. I didn't go live to talk about the release the morning after it dropped. I didn't do a giveaway or limited merch drop, and I also didn't do a live performance or collaboration to promote the song. But probably most critical of all in this environment, I didn't make enough short form content to release every day through the end of the 23-day plan. I mean, I made a lot of content, but still not enough to avoid periods of radio silence. During the first month of release, I garnered 1,605 streams on Spotify and missed my goal by 898 streams, 147 listeners, and something I'll put on the screen right here. I recommend having all your content produced and scheduled before launching your new single. This allows you to focus on real-time activities during the release period, ensuring a smoother and more effective promotion. My focus was on Spotify, but all this promotion still has residual effects. On YouTube and Apple Music, I continue to garner more views, streams, respectively, in the first 28 days. Remember, each new single release is a fresh start. With the right song, focus, and hard work, you can build on the lessons learned from previous releases to reach your goals. My name is Geryah Dingle. Please don't forget to subscribe for more tips to help you in your personal journey. There's also links in the description if you would like to check out my latest music. Until next time, continue you using your talents for good.
What if I can't sacrifice